before we get any further into today's video, let's just talk about what was going on over the weekend, since a lot of people are still kind of confused. Yes, it was an April Fool's joke. It was something that the Silph Road set up, and then Drumps reached out to me and asked if I wanted to participate, and of course I said yes because I thought it would be a lot of fun. You know, I wouldn't even call it a joke. It was sort of an April Fool's event that was pretty similar to the April Fool's joke that actually served as the inspiration for Pokémon GO. A few years ago, you may or may not remember, but Google Maps had a Pokémon hunt on April Fool's. Basically, there were Pokémon sprites hidden around Google Maps, and you had to look around the world to find them all, and if you found them all, you got a little certificate, and supposedly you would get a job at Google if you actually completed your Google Maps Pokédex. The success of that April Fool's joke eventually led to Niantic pitching the idea for Pokémon GO to the Pokémon Company, and here we are today with the biggest, most successful game in all of mobile gaming history, and it all stemmed from a little April Fool's idea. Drumps and the guys over at the Silph Road decided they wanted to do something fun for April Fool's, and clearly Niantic didn't, so it was a lot of fun for a lot of people in the Pokemon GO community because there wasn't anything official going on. So what they did was stage a Team Rocket takeover for the Silph Road Nest Atlas, and if you're not familiar, Team Rocket is the main bad guys. They're the main villains from the original games, from Red and Blue version, from Gold and Silver, and then there were new teams introduced after that. But in the anime, in the show, Team Rocket has always been the main villains for Pokemon. So the setup was that they were taking over the Nest Atlas and trying to use the information that was there to carry out some nefarious plans, as they always do. And they actually kidnapped Drumps and the other Silph executives, and myself. That was what my video was about. Obviously, it was meant to be a little clickbaity because the goal was to get people to participate in the Silph Road's April Fool's Day scavenger hunt, if you will. It's not an ad for the Silph Road. I'm not paid by the Silph Road. Those guys aren't even actually making any money off of running the entire subreddit, the Nest Atlas. All the ads, all the merch sales, everything just goes into the cost of running the Nest Atlas, which I've crashed many times in the past by sending way too much traffic their way. So anyway, they had this whole storyline written out, and it was really detailed and a lot of fun for those who participated. Basically, Drumps was kidnapped, and they held him on a little island off the coast of Brazil. If you went there on the Nest Atlas, you would find a Nest report from Drumps himself that had a message about what was going on and where they were headed. You could follow a boat as they tried to row to shore. They got intercepted there by Team Rocket and taken somewhere else. They ended up at this research facility in Siberia, which is where I was also being held by Team Rocket. Drumps found me there, rescued me. We both flew home. I made it back to LAX, but Drumps ended up in Johannesburg. And throughout the day, they just kept updating things on the Nest Atlas for people to find. So there were clues, and then the community would find another clue, figure out what it meant, go to that location on the Atlas, find something there like a warehouse, a research facility, and they even set up a fake Team Rocket intranet where you could log in as like a rocket scientist or a rocket grunt to find even more cryptic messages. And then at the very end, Team Rocket had taken over Silph HQ in Manhattan in New York City, and the final boss battle was sort of a battle for everyone to participate in together to battle Mewtwo and take back Silph HQ from Team Rocket. So that was what 2 days ago? That was what April 1st, that was what the live stream was supposed to be about. There was going to be this big Mewtwo battle where everyone would go on the Nest Atlas, find Silph HQ in Times Square, and click on it to join the battle. Unfortunately, once again, I sent way too much traffic their way, and the whole thing kind of just got overwhelmed, overloaded with the amount of people that were trying to participate. Essentially, the whole thing was sort of inspired by the Pokemon GO trailer, where at the end of it, a ton of people rush into Times Square to battle Mewtwo together. And it was sort of an homage to that original teaser for how legendary Pokemon events might happen in Pokemon GO. Overall, honestly, they did a really great job with it. It's unfortunate that the sort of end game didn't work out because of the amount of traffic, the amount of people that were trying to participate. But I honestly think the Silph Road did a great job. It kept a lot of people entertained throughout the day. There were a bunch of threads on the Silph Road of people working together, trying to figure out everything that was going on. And it really just brought the community together for a day. So huge shout out to Drumps and the Silph Road for putting everything together. And again, thank you for letting me be a part of it. It was a lot of fun. If you missed out, I'm sorry. You can go back and sort of watch the live stream on my page. You can Check the Silph Road, there's threads there that sort of detailed the whole happenings throughout the day. And if you were confused and upset about it, I'm sorry. Maybe this will be your chance to learn that you really shouldn't take anything seriously on the internet on April 1st. So anyway, hopefully one day we actually do get a large-scale legendary event in the style of Mewtwo in Times Square, but who knows. Hopefully it'll happen this year. John Hankey said they're trying to get the first legendary events out by the end of the year, so fingers crossed. Anyway, that's it for the little explanation. I hope you guys are all up to speed now, and if you participated, I hope you enjoyed it. Now enjoy the rest of this video. This is the aftermath of weeks of mail time at the apartment. Oh god, I don't have enough hands. And just me generally being too lazy to bring all the trash down. Today, we're in Belmont Shore. It's a part of Long Beach that I used to come to a lot when I was younger because my mom worked around here on 2nd Street, actually. Try not to pay too much attention to my hair today. This is what happens when I take a shower and then fall asleep with wet hair. And I was gonna put a hat on, but lazy Sunday.
Lazy Sunday!
We're gonna eat breakfast, or brunch now, I guess, on 2nd Street, and if you look, there are a ton of Pokestops up there. A lot of restaurants. It's a popular place for people to come and just walk, hang out. And then over here, this sort of island, that's Naples. And I've been told by a lot of people that Pokemon GO is actually pretty decent in that area. I hear a lot of Dratinis spawn here, more so than down at the Pike by the lighthouse. So that's the plan. Let's find something to eat. Cat adoptions. I'm gonna watch from over here.
And when voices of doom ring your ears, and horsemen do ride, may tomorrow the land be anew. May every bird sing unto you. That's tearing them down, and it's love that will turn them around. Thank you for saying
If my hair looks even worse than before, it's because we laid down on the couch and fell asleep for a little bit. But I ordered a capture card so we could do some PS4 streaming, and it says it was delivered. It wasn't in front of the door when we got here, so I'm gonna go check the mailbox. And if not, they probably left it at the wrong apartment, so hopefully it's here. Got it. They just left it sitting in front of all the mailboxes. I guess it's okay. Tells me at least a few people in my building are trustworthy. Now I have to figure out how we're going to set this up, because the mic, the webcam, they're all plugged into my desktop, which is here.
So we just move the TV over there and all the stuff over here. Or we sit here.
There you go. I mean, I was going to get to that. I just wanted to walk people through the process, but we're gonna move the PS4 over here. Excuse me. Forgot it doesn't really matter that my desktop's over here because the capture card is Type-C, which means it only works with my laptop. What? This is not going as well as I anticipated. Probably could have been mitigated a little bit by reading all this stuff beforehand, but capture card doesn't work with my desktop. OBS, capture card doesn't work with OBS on Mac. I'll figure it out. Yeah, that's the problem.
What's
I'm working on a few different things. It's not working with the straight up game capture software. This TV's old in 720p. Please don't make fun of me for that. I actually just borrowed it from my cousin because I don't have a nice TV. I've never really needed to have a nice TV. This is what my 1080p TV looks like. Still doing the same thing. See this? I think I found it. Let's see if that worked. We did it, Reddit.
we did it?
It was, if anyone's watching this and you ever, for any reason, have this issue, disable HDCP on your PS4. After hours of work, I finally have the whole PS4 streaming setup situated. Just finished streaming. That was like 4 hours, I think, that we actually did that. I'm so tired now, but I need to edit. If you watched the stream a little bit, thanks for hanging out. I don't really know how often I'll be streaming. It's kind of just a once in a while thing, and honestly, this lasted 4 hours, and now I still have to edit, so it might be like a weekends thing on days where I'm not shooting and uploading a video. I'll leave the link to the Twitch channel in the description, so if you want to go follow so you get notifications for that, go ahead and do that. And alright, I gotta edit. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.